Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who don't know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today we are doing one of the videos for my new series here called The Makeup Industry's Race, and today we are specifically talking about Too Faced. I do want to put a disclaimer out there that this video is not in any way, shape, or form bashing Too Faced. I do actually have a palette from Too Faced, and I'm trying out a little sample size of the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. So I do have things from Too Faced in my collection, and I actually like both of those products. So yeah, it's not to bash. It's okay if you don't like Too Faced at all. I'm okay with that. It's okay if you like Too Faced and you love everything they come out with. That's good too. I just want to put it out there that I am not here to bash Too Faced. I am not here to throw hate or shade at them in any way. These videos are more about talking about the whole FOMO and fear of missing out, how quickly brands release things and that they're constantly releasing things, and that it's okay that we don't own every single thing from these brands in our collection. But I did want to kind of shine some light on the fact that brands release things at a very high-paced rate. So we're going to get into it. So some of the popular items from Too Faced, I would say, are the Better Than Sex Mascara, Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, the Chocolate Bar Palettes, the Peach Collection, and the Born This Way Foundation, which has 24 shades in its line. I would say I hear a lot of people here on YouTube talking about each and every one of those items, and I think that they are very popular. Me personally, not a fan of the Better Than Sex Mascara. I don't like it. I never have. I've tried it several ways. I've tried the waterproof mascara, the non-waterproof one. I've tried it. I am trying out the Chocolate Soleil bronzer right now, and I am kind of really liking it. The chocolate bar palettes have never interested me personally. I get why they do have such a pull, but there's just something about them that I don't reach for. I think it is definitely because they are a lot of neutrals. The Peach Collection, you can tell that one got me. I did used to have the actual, the original Peach palette, and I decluttered it way before I even started YouTube because I did not like it. And I prefer this one so much more, the Just Peachy Mattes. I wear them more often. I use that more than any of the others. And if you guys are wondering, I'm looking at a tablet while I'm going through to make sure my notes. So things that I think sell to people are the cute packaging. I do think Too Faced has cute packaging. I also think that the scented makeup does pull people in. I am personally not a huge fan of the scented makeup. I kind of wish that Just Peachy's matte palette was not scented. I think I would like that a whole lot more. I also think that just the aesthetic and just the things that Too Faced releases, I think sometimes they release very smart things, and then other times it's kind of a miss. One of the things that they've kind of released now that I think is something smart is their what is it? It Just Comes Naturally collection. Like the packaging, all of that just looks beautiful. Now for me, I am not a huge fan of neutrals all of the time, so I don't really gravitate towards that, but I do see the audience that they're trying to pull in with that, and I do see people talking about that here on YouTube. So we're going to talk about some of the releases within the last 6 to 8 months. These are kind of not really in any order, and I know for a fact that there are more than what I have here. It took me a while to kind of go through and collect all of these releases. So we're going to go through and talk about the Too Faced Chocolate Vault, the Glitter Pop Eyeliner, the Clover Palette, White Chocolate Bar Palette, Chocolate Gold Bar Palette, Boss Lady Agenda Palette, White Peach Palette, Sex on the Peach Collection, the Unicorn Collection, and It Just Comes Naturally collection. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. And I know there are more than just the 10 that I talked about within the last 6 to 8 months. And that is a lot of stuff coming out at you in a short amount of time. It's almost a product a month, sometimes two. So that is something that I think people need to be aware of when they are looking into brands like Too Faced that release. Because they release so quickly, there is that kind of like, I need to grab it now, I don't know what they're going to release type of a thing. And I get that. With me, when I look at Too Faced, I go, am I really going to use that? That was kind of my thing with the chocolate gold bar palette, is I really had to look at it and go, you're not going to use that. That is mostly shimmer. That is just going to sit in your collection. You're going to be so disappointed by that. And I would go into Ulta and I would swatch it and I would look at it. At one point I picked it up and I almost purchased it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use that. For me, when I look at releases and things that come out, I really have to think about how that's going to work with my current collection. Is it something that I actually will reach for and use? Or is it something that is just going to sit there and collect dust? Am I buying it for the packaging? Am I buying it because it's cute? Those are things I've started asking myself. And I think that just kind of talking about how quickly Too Faced releases things. I mean, 10 products in the last 6 to 8 months is kind of a lot of products coming out and a lot of things coming out at you. But from a business standpoint, it's smart because they're hitting different demographics when they do that. They have their staple products that people are going to go through and repurchase because they enjoy them. And then they have all of these things that they're releasing all while, still drive sales. That is their goal. They are a business. So do I think Too Faced will ever slow down their releases? No, because there's always going to be a market and somebody out there who's going to purchase a product from them. And they're always going to try and work whatever demographic they can. And I think that is something that we as makeup consumers have to remember, is that these brands are really trying to pull us in with various tactics, and that we also have a responsibility on our end. It's not just, oh, well, they put it out, they made me buy it. No one's making you buy anything. And I think that's an important thing to remember. No one is making you buy anything. I mean, I'm an impulse shopper. I know I am. Hello, hence my Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks, which I'm wearing one today. But besides that, here's something I think is interesting. Why don't people like Too Faced? Too many releases was one of the things that I was told, and I completely understand that. There are a lot of releases from Too Faced. The cutesy, over-the-top packaging. I get that. But I wouldn't say something like this is cutesy. I would say it's a little more classic, and I think they have that kind of balance there sometimes where it's super cutesy for those people who want cutesy, and then they have it a little more elevated for people who are going to want that. I think they're starting to find that balance with what they're releasing. I mean, take a good look at that It Comes Naturally collection. It's a complete 180 from like the cutesiness of like the Clover palette and the chocolate gold bar and stuff like that. It's a completely different level of packaging. Scented makeup, and I completely understand this, because still, like, if that was not scented, I would love it. If the Chocolate Soleil bronzer was not scented, I would be happy with that. I think I get distracted by the scent, and it kind of drives me a little crazy, so I get that. There is some drama. Okay, not some. There is drama with Too Faced, and I get people not wanting to put themselves with a brand that does have that drama. So I completely get that. But if you're somebody who, and this was a point made on a different video from, I can't remember whose video I was watching. I was just very fascinated by it. And it was somebody saying that, the fact that these bigger beauty gurus have issues with the Too Faced owner makes them want to buy Too Faced more. Especially people like Jeffree Star, Tati, all those people who just could not stand Too Faced. They were like, that makes me like it more because I'm not into big beauty gurus, which I thought was an interesting point. But I also get not wanting to fully be a part of that drama. And that is kind of why I'm selective with my items from Too Faced. is because not everything is going to make me want to grab it. And the drama, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I'm not touching that. Not going there. But I think with, how do I want to word this? I think with the whole constant release thing, I think as consumers, we need to really think about what they're releasing and things like that. I don't think the unicorn collection was that special. And I can see a lot of people not thinking it was that special. Unicorns were like, what, 3 years ago? Not really 3 years, but you get what I'm saying. And just things like that. Like, look for those special items that are going to add value to your collection, make you happy, things that you're actually going to use. Don't give in to the FOMO. Use your head when you go shopping. That is really what I want this series to be about. Are there any things that I missed in this video that you would like me to touch on later on? I am planning on doing kind of updates on each of the brands I talk about, and the next brand I'm going to talk about is going to be ColourPop. Wish me luck with the amount of releases ColourPop does. I don't think anyone can keep up with that. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and bye!